Years of the Film Foundation has existed from the time that Martin Scorsese and many directors became aware of this great need to try to encourage film preservation, raise the awareness for film preservation. I don't think that we have preserved or restored a single classic horror film. And so I can't imagine a better film to start with than that truly embodies not just, the independent spirit of filmmaking, but the true joy of cinema and of creating a work that is just coming from somewhere, in your brain and your soul. And I think that all of that spirit and energy that George and his team put into the film is just why this film, 48 years later, fills a house like this with such excitement. So we're thrilled, and I am so grateful to Josh and Raj and Dave and Katie and Cineric and everyone who made this possible. And like Josh said, these things don't happen on their own. And the George Lucas Family Foundation has, for many years now, enabled I think hundreds of films to be saved and preserved. And so, in addition to being a great filmmaker, George Lucas is a great philanthropist, and we're very grateful for his support.
So George Romero first came to this very podium I'm standing at. I think it probably actually is the same one. We don't trade in our furniture very often. But he stood before a MOMA audience some 45 years ago, and we can't thank him enough for entrusting MOMA and the Film Foundation with this restoration. It's the first, but I hope by no means the last, collaboration between MOMA and George. George has kindly offered to take part, as I mentioned, in an after-screening conversation with Russ and Gary, moderated by Katie, so stick around. But it gives me enormous pleasure now to welcome George Romero. Thank you.
Hi. I don't know what to say. I mean, literally, my very first public appearance was here. This may not have been in the exact spot, as Josh mentioned, but MoMA, early on, invited this film into their permanent collection. And, they had the audacity to call it art. And I don't want to spend a lot of time here, but there are a lot of people that I think that I need to thank personally. First of all, there's a guy that I credit with largely with the reason that the film happened. Of course, there's Gary and Russ and the guys that are our guys. Our internal people at Latent Image. I mean, they're the ones that made it happen. But there's another guy named Bill Cardell. We had a Chiller Theater, midnight show, one of those Chiller Theater things, and every Saturday night he would plug us. And I think that it really helped us raise the money to do the rest of the film. And many of my friends are here tonight. My manager, Chris Rowe, my old dear friend who knows more about Night of the Living Dead than anybody, I think, Barry Gutman. And there's someone here, I think maybe everyone in this theater has possibly seen Night of the Living Dead before. There's someone who I think has not seen it. Her name is Carolyn Greenwald, daughter of my partner. And I think she's going to see this movie for the first time. So, Carolyn, I hope you're not too freaked out. And we'll talk later. Thank you.